The town of Barnegat Light, New Jersey, nestled on the northern tip of Long Beach Island, is known as a quaint fishing village. Viking Village, once called Independent Dock, was started in the 20s by the early Scandinavians who settled here.
They were mostly Norwegians, but there was a couple of Swedes, a Dane, a guy from Iceland, and I think they put in about $20 or $30 a piece, and a certain amount of hours they had to dig and move dirt and make a little deep spot in the harbor, and they organized it and incorporated it and called it Independent Fish Company.
Viking Village represents the legacy of commercial fishing in Barnegat Light. Here, just about every type of fishing known to the eastern seaboard has been used at one time or another.
The first year I ever caught a longline, I had fish that big. So that was the beginning of the fish. I was the first guy to do it. You know,
What year was that?
1971. And I fished up George's Banks before anybody went up there. And spots were little tiny ones, and there were spots that were giants. So just where you fish.
I said 2 years ago was the best fishing in tile fish history as far as I'm concerned.
Why?
The amount of fish that were around was unbelievable. We were catching just as many as they were catching 30 years ago. But they look beautiful. These fish are 10 days old right now. They look beautiful. Gills are nice and red. Beautiful fish.
I started commercial fishing full-time in 1973. I was in charter boat captain for 16 years. 1973, I quit charter fishing, went tile fishing, sword fishing. You could disappear overnight and pop in the next day. I've seen that happen 2 years ago. Like, we fished the Hudson Canyon one time in February, you couldn't get a fish. A couple weeks later, it was solid with fish. Where they come from, I don't know.
You know, fish go in cycles, in my opinion. You know, and the regulations are working well. You know, and with the restrictions, you know, it's given the chance of fish to come back. I mean, a few years ago was some of the best tile fishing there ever was, and you know, there was a lot of big fish being caught, and you know, it's on a downward part of the cycle, but I've seen it go back and forth over the years. You know, this is my 24th year of tile fishing, and I've seen really good fishing to really poor fishing, but the regulations are helping, and we got a good fishery out here.